Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. You know we're always looking for a new Dutch oven recipe, and there are a lot of really complicated recipes that are out there, but that's totally not us. We want something that's delicious and simple to do. So we found a traditional Dutch oven chicken recipe with a twist. And we're going to give it a try today and see how it turns out. Let's go. If you've seen some of our other videos, you know that we really like to prep our stuff before we get out into the field. Today we're in the backyard just filming, but whether you're here or you're in the mountains, we like to cut everything in the kitchen, put it in baggies so it's ready to go. So today we're going to cook some chicken and we're going to add some bacon, which is the twist. So we'll start by cooking our bacon, setting it aside, and then cooking some of the chicken in the bacon grease and a little bit of butter. And then we'll set that aside, make a little bit of a gravy, and then put it all together and let it cook and see how it turns out. So we've got our Dutch oven. It's been on our coals a little bit and it's just starting to heat up. So the first step is to crisp up your bacon. So we'll just throw it in and cook it up a little bit. We've added some coals to the top of our Dutch oven and the bacon is just about ready. It's getting nice and crispy. And so the next thing that we need to do is we'll take the bacon out, set it aside, let it drain. Just about right. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of butter to the bacon grease. And hopefully we have maybe no more than a tablespoon of bacon grease. And we're just going to brown up the chicken thighs and get them ready. So we just want to brown this on each side. So go ahead and flip those over and cook it a little bit more. When the chicken is browned on both sides, then we'll take it out and set it aside and prepare the gravy. So let's go ahead and take our chicken out. It's browned up pretty good and we'll just set that aside. Now it's time just to add the rest of our butter in. We'll do that. We're going to add our sliced onions. Give them a little bit of a chance to get cooking ahead of everything else. And our seasonings, which is seasoned salt, some garlic powder, and some dried thyme. So we'll just sprinkle that around and mix it all together. We'll cover this up and cook it about maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes. See if we can get the onions starting to glaze over and get soft. All right, let's check this out. Smells good. It's only been like 4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, and the onions are nice and soft. And so what we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and put in the flour and then add a little bit of the broth. We want to stir that around so it doesn't get too lumpy, so I'm not going to put it all in the same time. And I want to make sure I get all of the goodness that's on the bottom of the pan, stir that into it. That looks great. Now we're going to add some broth into that. So we've got the 2 cups of broth, all of our ingredients here. We're going to let it simmer for just 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll add our hard vegetables. So it's been a few minutes. It's time to add our potatoes, our carrots, and our snap peas, and we've got about 1.5 cups of each of those. Let's go ahead and put those in. And throw in some snap peas, or you can use snow peas, whatever you like, whatever sounds good to you. That looks beautiful. And now we're going to let that simmer about 5 minutes. All right, well, let's check this out. We've been cooking about 4 or 5 minutes. Smells great. It's time to put on the chicken and then top that with bacon. And of course, like any Dutch oven cook, I've been stealing pieces of bacon because that's the prerogative of the Dutch oven cook. And it's delicious, I'm just here to say. So we'll set this down inside. You don't have to cover it with the juices, the little light gravy that we made, but just kind of nestle it down in there. That looks great. And now we're going to put some bacon over the top of that. Add a little of our favorite flavor here. I'm really excited to see if this is going to be our newest favorite recipe, because it looks great and it smells great already. So here we go, one last piece, that's for me. We'll put this back on. We're going to let it cook for about 15 minutes. We'll check it. We're going to test our chicken. It should be 165 degrees. And once that's ready, we'll dish it up. We've been cooking about 18 minutes. And so the recipe said 18 to 20 minutes. Time to check it out. Oh, look at that. That smells amazing. Looks great. And as we mentioned before, we want to have our chicken at about 165 minimum. So I've got a little thermometer. We're going to put it in here and check our chicken. We call it the chicken checker. So if you had a chicken checker to check your chicken, how many chickens could a chicken checker check? Just curious. Looks like our chicken is easily done and our potatoes are nice and soft, so let's dish it up and see how we did. Add a couple of potatoes, some carrots, get some onions in there. That looks like a beautiful plate of food. This smells delicious, looks great. Let's give it a try. Start with a little piece of chicken with the bacon. Really good. Really, really good. This was so easy to do. The bacon adds just a really extra little touch of flavor. Carrots are done perfectly and they're delicious. Try these snap peas. They're great. And now a little bit of potato. This is a wonderful meal. Really easy to do. Really, really delicious. I hope that you'll try it like we did. And I hope that you'll join us again at OSMEtv. Tim, you gotta have some of this. It's amazing.